Hello, this is Aniket from Sports Event Management, and today we will be talking about venue Recce. Where do you require venue Recce? First point. Venue Recce. So, before finalizing the location of the event and the date of the event, we need to do the survey of the venue. And because you have to finalize the event 3 or 4 or 6 months before the actual event day, you have to visit the venue by yourself. So, the first point is that you have to locate the venue. First is visiting the venue at least 3 to 6 months in prior. Now we are taking into consideration that we are organizing a national or state level event in which the teams will be coming from far. So what are the elements which we need to make a checklist of, that we have to make sure that these things are there in availability so that we can finalize the venue. So the point number one is field of play. That will be the number one priority in your checklist. So the actual requirement of your tournament, whether the number of courts are matching the requirement, whether the quality of the ground is matching the standard, or the enough lights so that the event can exposure you can get from the recording of the whole content. You have to first take a survey of it, and then you have to check whether it is matching the standards, and once it is matching the standard, then you can finalize the location. So field of play. Second important thing is the accommodation. So the accommodation needs to be nearby the location. Accommodation. Third is the food which the players will be having. So food will be the third point. Fourth is complete venue setup. So food and accommodation you can easily find. You can tie up for food with the accommodation people only. Who you can have a meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner with tie up with the hotel, and they can provide the services. This is for the tournament in which there is a requirement that teams need to come a day prior and they need a place to stay, because the league can be for multiple days, and then there is a possibility that the teams require the accommodation and food. So these are the top priority requirement. Now we have to cover the venue setup. When I talk about the venue setup, I am talking about the content creation, that is maybe the branding at the venue. That means the camera setup, internet availability on the event day. So when you talk about setup, we are talking about the complete decor. So when you enter, there are gates, or there are gates in which the branding will happen for the sponsors. When you enter the field, there will be A-frames around the court so that we can put the branding of the sponsors. Then you also need to locate the zone where the camera setup can happen if you are doing a live streaming, or any media who is gonna come to cover your event. They need to have a special location from where they can capture the whole content. So all these things comes under the venue setup. Now at the event day, you will also require the music system. You will require the mic and speaker system. So you need to have a different vendors which are nearby your venue so that you can close the deals with them. Then there will be one more important topic is logistics. Logistics is the transport availability, pickup and drop services for the teams, pickup and drops for the media partners, pickup and drop services for your guests or whomsoever. When we talk about the venue setup, we are talking about the opening ceremony, the closing ceremony, the complete setup. which is including internet, camera setup, which is including your manpower, your ball boys, all the human resources which will be required for the event, that comes under the venue setup. And for that you need to have the local vendors nearby who can facilitate all these things for you to plan the event. Now we will, for one by one, we will understand that what are the steps of doing the Reiki. So first thing is, you, and while you're entering the venue for the first time to inspect, to do the Reiki, you check the entry gate. So suppose there is a gate, you check the dimensions of what branding you can do and what are the sizes of the gate. If there is no entry gate and if there is just a wall, take the measurement of the height of the wall, so that you can put up a banner a month, 2 months or 3 months prior. Why do you do that? So that, because this is the entry gate, it will be connected to the road directly of any ground or any stadium or anything. So now if suppose you set up a banner over here 3 months before, so the people who are passing by, they can have a visual look and they can know that after a month or 2 months there is going to be happening some event, and the local audience is well aware about your upcoming event. Once you enter inside, you will directly go to the office of the personnel. So you have to speak for the costings. What will be the costing of the field of play? They will also take you to the tour. They will show you the venue, they will show you the field of play, they will show you the amenities like toilets, bathrooms, everything. So once they take you through, you have to take the recording of everything, videography and photography both. Even at the entry gate, you have to do the recording. The easiest way to do recording is just pan your phone and capture the whole area. If you want to capture the whole area in 360, you can do that also, or else just stand at one side and just pan the whole area. After doing the videography, you also take the photograph, because in the brochures and in the proposals you require the photographs, and to make reels or to make promo videos, you'll require the videographs. Try to take it on both landscape and portrait, so that you can use in whatever format which you are comfortable to share the content. Now once you have checked the venue, once you have taken all the videos, you have taken the photographs of the amenities, next thing is you have to ask if there is any frames or any branding places where we can do the banner, where we can do the branding, because frames are expensive. If we have pre-made frames, we can just use them, and we can pay the rent of the frames if the venue people are asking separately for that. And you have to take the dimensions of the complete frame. You have to take the size of the field of play by measuring tape. You need to carry a measuring tape of at least 30 meters, so that you can take the sizes of the venue. You can take the complete photographs, and you can also check which all areas are having the light spots, because in production the most important thing is light. You have to check the dimensions of the ground. Second is you have to check the lights, whether there is enough lights or where the lights are. Internet facility, entry gate, and you also have to check the amenities like toilet, bathroom, whatever, parking and branding spaces. Sitting area, and mark the setup area. Now setup areas are areas where media people can do the broadcasting or content creation. You need to give them some space where they can actually take the content. Try to have a sitting arrangement at particular one corner. Suppose, let's say for football, try to have a sitting space at one corner and the recording place at another corner, so that you have a good angle, you have a good visibility, and try to put up the branding at this side so that everything is well covered. This will be much feasible for you to save the economics and try to have an entry gate from here so that you can have a better quality production for your event. So these are the most important things which you check. Then you move to the then once you have taken the tour, you go back to the office and you start negotiation. Let's say they start with 50,000 per day or 1 lakh per day or 2 lakh per day. You try to negotiate as much as you can, and after the negotiation you also have to speak to them if we can use their logos or the branding material in our content so that we can promote our event too. Now, apart from all these costings and the rates, you also need to check the dates availability and the duration of the match. So one is costing, second is date availability, third is duration in a day. So once these three things are sorted, once these 8 things we are in which we have in place, then you have done a successful venue, Recce. You have taken care of the entry gate, you have taken care of the sitting arrangement, you have taken care of the production, that is media production, you have taken care of the venue dimensions, actually fitting the dimensions which you require for conducting the tournament, and you have taken care of the internet, you have taken care of the majority things. Also the finances, you now have a budget. Once you have the budget, you can put it in your total event expenses, and then you can you also have taken care of the branding spaces so that you can speak to the sponsors that, see, at the entrance we will have your logo placed in such a way, and you have also the amenities is also having not just washroom and toilets, it also has the area for registration, it has blank spaces where you can set up a buffet, afternoon food. So amenities cover parking, everything. So you have to take a look at them, you have to click photographs, you have to click videos, you have to take a note of all these things. If the venue itself has an accommodation setup, you need to go and check all these things. Once you have done the venue setup, you will move to the accommodation. You have to go to the hotels, multiple hotels, check how many people can accommodate in a room, check how many what are the costing for each room, and then you divide with number of people you can put up into the room. Take the videographs, take the photographs, just pan and have those information is very essential to create a promo or create a brochure or create a sponsorship proposal. So take as much as recording you can, and you will then get a budget that in one room, suppose a room is costing you 2,000 and you can accommodate 4 people in a room, then you have a costing 500 rupees per day for accommodation. Same is with the food, you need to take the menu from them. If they are giving you for try, you just try the food and try to see if it's good enough, if the quality of the food is good enough, and if things go well, you can actually close the deal for them. Usually food options are available with the hotels which are inbuilt within banquet, because banquet people do have a catering services in each hotel, so you can easily close caterers, in-house caterers of a hotel, so that you don't have to run behind any other restaurant for food availability of the players or the people or the guests who are coming for your event. Then you move to accommodation and food. Then venue setup we have already done. Then we move to logistics. You have to check for maybe buses. There will be lot of transport service providers. Just check for the buses. You check for the different types of taxis or rickshaw stands. You can get the contacts. You can check for vans, minivans. You can just hire the yellow plated cars from the agencies which provide taxis for the whole day, services, transport services. You speak to them, they will give you the exact costing of per day, like if you are booking 4 Innovas, then what will be the costing per day, and then you can divide it off number of days. You also need to check the kilometers from where you have to do the pickup, where you have to do the where you have to take them from hotel to venue, what is the distance. All these things comes under logistics. Once you go there and you finalize all these things, then you move to the last point, that is the production. In production, you need to check if you are getting good camera rentals at a good rate. You need to speak to few cinematographic companies which does give you photographs or videographer on hire on per day basis. Check their wages, and then you can finalize your production team, the media production, and you have a content creation team in locally available over there. And for the interns and volunteers, you have to contact to the schools or the colleges or the universities, especially which are focusing on event management companies. There will be a lot of event management academies, schools. You can approach them and try to get interns from them, so that your event, you have enough volunteers, enough enough manpower to execute the event. These are one of the few things which you have to take care of. For branding, you have to tie up or you have to get quotation from the local printing flex printers. These are very easily available. Local flex printer, stationery, these are very minor things, but if you are going to visit the venue, do check them, because you will have the rates over there, and once you have the rates, it will be much easier. Like trophies, flex branding, flex printers, color printers, these are very important vendors. You just need to check with them. The fabricators will help you with fabricating if there are no frames or no banners. So these all things do keep in mind before finalizing your location. If these things are falling in your budget, then you can go ahead. If not, then look for alternate venues. If you need anything else, do contact me. And as we we already said, that we already have a website now, games.yuvha.com, where local event organizers can be a part of our community and host their event and promote their event on our website. Thanks you.